Hello everyone, how's it going, and welcome back to a brand new Satisfactory livestream. Today we are continuing with the same project that we started yesterday, and hopefully we should be able to get it fully completed by today. But in case you missed yesterday's livestream, let me show you what we've been working on. So, this building right here, as of right now, currently serves no purpose, but eventually, in fact in today's stream, we are going to be filling this area here with some power storage units. If you don't know what power storage is, it is an absolute lifesaver. So essentially, let's say your power grid collapses. If you've got a few of these power storage areas located around your factory, it essentially means that your factory won't shut down until your power storage units fully drain of power. So let's say you've got a nuclear meltdown, you don't know what happens, but you've got an hour worth of power storage. That's now an hour worth of time that you can try and fix everything before you have a full nuclear power meltdown. So, in my opinion, these things are extremely important to have. And I know we are only working on a coal power plant and not a nuclear facility, but it's still good to have these dotted around the map just in case. So, that is what we'll be working on again today. Welcome Vinod, first one here, hope that you're doing good, man. Welcome to the live stream. I've also been thinking, by the way, would you guys like it if I put the chat on screen? If I even have it, there we go. Because I could do it. Of course, it will take up a portion of the stream. But would you guys like to see like your own messages? So if I was to chuck that down, let's say here, for example. Let me know. If you want me to change it, I will change it, but I'll keep it there for now. Maybe even move it to like the very top, in fact. There we go. Be a bit better, but yeah, do definitely let me know about that in the chat, either the live chat or in the VOD chat. If you guys are watching on the VOD, by the way, thank you very much for tuning in. So let's actually start off. Oh, actually, should I start off by removing the roof? I'm going to do it anyway, so we might as well just get started. I think what we're going to end up doing is removing that part, removing this, but then keeping everything sort of past here, I suppose. No, why are these all half? There we go. Nice. A convenient time for you. It only took, I think, like 300 live streams, but we got there in the end. I'm glad, though. Honestly, I'm glad. Because yesterday's stream was even late for myself as well, but the reason why I had to do it at that time, though, was because I wasn't home until rather late. So it was either do a late stream or don't stream at all, and I wanted to try and do a stream. Okay, there we go. I would like to have that, if I'm honest. Maybe even what we'll do over here is this, a half foundation. Perfect. Lovely. Welcome, Dava Graphics. Hope that you're doing good, man. The chat on screen helps with watching the VOD. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, so I will keep that there then. So the roof should look okay now. Do I want to do a half nudge on this side here as well? Let's see. I think that would be fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Great. We'll then go into our wall. Chuck you along there. Chuck you up there as well. It's a very basic design, but you know what? If it works, it works. By very basic, it literally is just a hole in the ceiling with a couple walls around the outside. It's not like normally when I say, oh, it's very simple to do, then it takes like 100 hours for me to actually do it. Oh, dear. How have I ended up with you? Oh, concrete. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that will do. I'll then like redo this part in a little bit, but as of right now, the thing I want to try and focus on is actually getting these things placed down. There we go. Dava. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Oh, I can't move it. Oh, my keyboard's doing the thing again. So my keyboard's got into the stage now where it's a good few years old. And bear in mind, this keyboard costs like, I think, $8. So it's treated me rather well over the years, but it has definitely gotten to the stage now where it's struggling a little bit, which is fair enough, I feel like. I don't think I can chuck 3 of you lot into there, but what I might even try and do is this. If this works, fantastic. If not, that's completely fine. What if I then go into architecture and do something like this, potentially? Well, the thing is, I could, but I don't really want my pioneer to actually be down here. That's the whole reason as to why I added the staircase last time. Which, I don't mind, but I feel like it needs some improvements. I just don't know how. Maybe what I'll do is add one of these lot here. That could help. You're currently building 82.4 pressure conversion cubes? Damn, that's a lot. You've done the hard parts already. 1,500... Is that 50? Oh, 15,000? Iron ingots and 2,000 concrete. So now you just have to process it into ingots. Oh, wow. That is, that's difficult. Yeah. Good luck, though. Hopefully it'll be fun. Hopefully. The thing is, I want to try and keep you there. But I also feel like you'd look quite nice here as well. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot going on. That's what the main problem for me now is with this area. Maybe now if I get rid of this. You're slightly off-center, aren't you? Which is a bit annoying. And the reason why you're off... Actually, technically you're not off-center. It's just because, like, this juts out to there. So, in theory, I think you're actually fine. Yep. Now what if I do this? That doesn't look too bad. Then on this side, what we can then do is replicate what we've done over there. So this goes up by 3. Yep. Again goes up there by 3. Then get rid of that. And this is now what we're left with. That has to go up by 1 more. In fact, that might be a bit too high up. Yeah, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, so 2 and a tiny bit. So if I just do one little nudge down like that, is that gonna solve our problem? Yes. There we go. Right, so that's slightly better. I then want to try and do one more here, I think, as well. Just like so. Why is there a tiny little gap? Okay, so there should be a gap here. Right. Oh, I see what I've done. I see what I've done. I was wondering, because, like, this thickness is the exact same thickness as one of these areas over there. So that should have been the same, and in theory, I think it is. But I just did a bit of a mistake. The occasional oopsie. Now that should be better. Hopefully. What if I do this? I think I like that because now it almost looks even. I do quite like that. I think. From this point of view, at least. It looks fine. Okay, so do I want to keep that wall there? I think I do. I think it's fine. Yep. Okay. The other thing that I could try and do here is essentially grab this and go straight up and remove you. But the thing is, I then have to remove this. Which from this side, I can't imagine it looking too bad. But from the other angles, I'm unsure about. Let me just see. Because again, we're here to have a little bit of fun. We're here to experiment. And in my opinion, that's the best way to play this game. So let's just give it a shot anyway. That's unbelievably annoying though. One more there. It looks good, except you've now got to go back a little bit. So around about here, I think, right? There we go. Welcome, Zal. Hope that you're doing good. And welcome, Watari. Hope that you guys are doing good as well. YouTube's basically a dogshit platform now. Yeah, I mean, some people love YouTube. I quite like it. I mean, it depends on the day, if I'm honest. Especially ad-wise, there's so many ads. There really are. 2,000 megawatts or cheap biomass burner burning liquid biofuel as a backup energy. There was a lot of B's in that sentence, but yes, that's a good idea as well, just in case. Want to leave you like that? Yep. Thing is, now I feel like there almost should be a path out here. But if I was to add a path there, where would it go? I suppose what we could do, if I just zone you into there, I plop you down into there, and preferably get you somewhere over here as well. So yeah, you can just go. There's no point you being there. Then, if I was to build you up like this... Come on. I know it wants to go there. I'm pretty sure it wants to. I'll try that then. There we go. Right, then come out here. I suppose you can go up like that. To this area. And what I can try and do is build you out to around about there. And in like that. So you can still come over here as the pioneer. But the majority of the time that you'll be spending up here will be across the catwalk or the walkway. That's completely fine. So I think this particular area is now done. I don't mind it. And then come up here. This area is fine as well. I think what I might even try to do is potentially even bring you up here by a little bit. Let's see. I think I can bring you up to around about there. And you as well. What I can do is try and get rid of that. Drop you down to about here, I would say. And do this. I think that's a little bit better. Otherwise, yes, I will try and change you. English is not your first language? Oh, that's completely fine. No, don't worry, it wasn't your fault. It just so happens that the sentence contained a lot of B's. That's not your fault at all, don't worry. There we go, that's... Again, it feels like there's a lot going on, but at the same time, there's not enough. It's weird. How does it look from up here? Because we've added quite a... Oh dear. We've added quite a lot up here now. That's fine. I think. I don't mind that. But if I did mind it, that would then go up to, I think, this layer? Up there? Wrong one. There we go. So, could I then expand you over in this direction? I mean, I suppose I could, right? But do I really want to? 100 burners, 3,000 megawatts? Yeah, you have to have quite a lot of biomass burners to produce, like, a significant amount of power. Which I suppose makes sense, because if you could only have biomass burners throughout your entire playthrough, why bother going to, like, fuel or nuclear? So, it's annoying, but it makes sense. There we go. Okay. I think I could actually try and get behind this idea. Let's see. I don't think I want you to be that far off in that direction, though. That should be good. We've still got this over here now, so I can probably get rid of that. So around about there, at least. You're slightly higher than that one, so let's adjust the heights. Lovely. Ads. I believe there are ad blockers that you can use. I think. Since Chrome removed a lot of the ad blockers. Oh, okay. Right. See, from this point of view, I like this area out here. Because it gives you like a nice little visual over this part of the factory, at least. The problem is, though, that from this angle, it looks terrible. Something else I could just do is just remove this. Not everything. Like, remove everything underneath here at least. Like so. Have you come back a little bit around that way. Potentially even get rid of you here as well. Chuck you into there, chuck you into there. Get rid of them too. And now you have like a little cage area. I could just leave it like that if I really wanted to. Okay, I can't do a half nudge there. But I can do something like that, which I think I might actually quite like. And then do something very similar up here as well. Come on. No. There we go. And just temporarily, so I can get a better vantage point around this side, let me do this. And again, something very similar over here as well. So now how does this look? Still looks a little bit weird, if I'm honest. It still does look a bit weird. You know what it is? It's all the different shapes. Because they just, like, none of them are syncing in with each other. So you have the glass there with a random gap that I've still got to try and fill in. You then have this little circular pattern. Then you have this. Each one of these individual things would have been fine by themselves. So all together it's forming a very weird sort of, like, combination of patterns and shapes. So I think for that reason, I'm actually going to get rid of this part over here. Including this. And that here as well. Probably chuck that in there. Purely because I think that this just isn't going to work. But if I was to move this wall back a little bit, I think it will start to work a little bit. Then probably paint the U the same color as that. Let's try. Can't imagine that being a massive drama. Although saying that, I often do manage to create the most difficult situations out of the most easiest of things. Let's see. See, that looks quite nice now. And the very final thing that I think I want to try and do over here now is get rid of you. And just have you go fully up. Like so. One more. Don't know what happened to this one. Wait, can I not even place it down there? I should be able to. There we go. It's a very tight squeeze, but yeah, luckily we can. So how does that look now? It does look slightly better. Of course, we are using different materials. That could also be a part of it. So let's try and use the right material. Just like so. No. No. There we go. And regarding this, can I actually bring it up by a little bit? I probably can. Let's see. Get rid of you, get rid of you. Bring you... Oh. Oh, that's what I did, I remember now. I didn't actually build the glass there, I sort of like indented the glass. That's fine. I can still continue that, but I think also what I want to try and do is do something like this. There we go. How would that look? Again, a bit weird. A bit wacky, but also a bit wonderful. Let's see. I don't think you'll look very nicer, if I'm honest. Again, like, nothing here is flowing with each other. You've got, like, tons of different areas here that just aren't syncing. It's quite a complex build, actually, isn't it? Because from this angle, everything's fine down here. I don't mind it. What I could even try and do is... Actually, wait. I'm going to leave that for now. There's a reason that I'm going to leave it, but it'll make more sense a bit later on. See, the reason why this wall over here looks quite nice is because of how natural it looks. So maybe that's what I'll try and replicate over here. Just get rid of everything. Like that. It's like I sometimes say, sometimes less is more. Is it culprit? Oh yeah, I mean this thing is a bit of a nightmare, but the problem is, I've built this entire building around this. Like this was here originally. So it definitely is a culprit. Now I've just got to deal with it. Unfortunately. Oh yeah, you've actually got to stay here, don't you? Damn. I can bring you guys up like that. Then if I got 2 on that side, I'm going to have 2 on this side. Honestly, it actually works, so that's not a problem. I think then what I want to try and do over here is replicate this, but on this side. How far do you go up? You go up to around about there. Yep. That's good. Okay, I don't want you to go up that far. Actually, in theory, I do. Yeah, so you two have to go down by that. Deary me. This is literally like the reason I keep talking about this, but the reason as to why my videos take so long to make isn't because of what I do. Like, it's not complicated stuff. It's the way that I overdo it for myself. Like, I am the reason as to why my videos take so long. Let's build a coal power plant. Literally finished it 3 weeks ago. Let's spend a little while detailing it. Here we are, like 100 hours later. It's my fault, all of it. Having said that, though, is it good fun to do? Yeah, it really is. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm still to blame, though. Okay, we'll leave it like this for now. If I want to make any adjustments a bit later on, I can. But I feel like from this angle, at least, everything's fine. I'm then actually going to get rid of this, then do the same on this side. Why? I know why. Wait, but you're fine? Oh, it doesn't matter. Duh, no. Okay, so this angle's fine. How about up here? A few more adjustments to make. You gonna poke through? No, that won't poke through. There we go. Then I'll paint you guys here a slightly darker color because you look rather nice like that. If you go up, although not too high though, because you will be going through the ceiling. I'd rather you don't do that, to be honest. There we go. Yeah, that's completely fine. Well, actually, it's a bit low. The only one that I'm going to change, though, is this, because you might need a half nudge. Yeah. Okay. That's better, I think. So this area is going to end up looking a bit weird, and I honestly feel like that's fine. How would you look? Yeah, that's what happened last time there as well. But the problem is I have to stick you out by that, though, because otherwise there'll be a gap. That's relatively frustrating. So how do I not do that, then? I suppose what I could do, and this really is taking it to a whole new extreme, but if I was to nudge you, so that you're in line with this thing again, then half nudge you forward just by a little bit. So on that side, the wall still remains there, but then on this side, the wall's slightly different. So now what I can probably try and do is actually remove you. Then half nudge you forwards there a little bit. So now there shouldn't be anything over on this side. Great. I will end up getting... Actually, I can already get rid of you, can't I? Yeah. Good. Yes, good. Right, so, is this area finished? It looks a bit weird, especially like with this over here. Is there anything I can do about that? Well, I could replicate you on this side, but then that would be like a really random thin corridor, so I suppose... No? I mean, for now it's fine. If I make any adjustments, I'll probably end up doing it off camera. But I don't want this bit to drag on too much longer. There we go. And then also, eventually, I'm probably going to end up extending this building out there, but for now, again, it's fine. So yeah, we'll say this area is pretty much finished. In fact, wait. There. That makes a little bit of difference now, at least. But yep, sure, that's fine. This area over here now is fine. The area below us, I believe, was also fine. Yep, that's all still completely okay. This area is okay. See, this is looking slightly better now. No. There we go. Of course, we do have to try and do something about this. And I suppose what I could try and do is maybe add in a wall behind here. Let's see. You like the brutalist feel of it? Adding a modern glass style to it? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want it all just to be concrete. I also want there to be a bit of glass here as well. I think I like this idea. I think. I don't know. I don't know what I like. There we go. There's a Firefox, Chrome, and a bunch of browsers that are essentially Chrome resync. Yeah, reskinned. There's a couple. There's another one as well. What was it? PewDiePie kept on promoting it for a while, like 5 years ago. Opera GX? Is that what it's called? Oh! Yo! Croppy, thank you very much for the follow. That's very kind of you, man. We get some huge GGs in the chat, and welcome to the channel. Okay, I think we'll leave it like this. I think. I don't know what else to do. Although I kind of like what I've done over here. Yeah, I like that. Okay. But the thing is, if I like this, how far are you out? You're pretty much by one foundation. So around about here? Yeah. Well, that's a bit more though, isn't it? No, it's about the same. Because I could easily try and replicate that on this side, which will then make it look nice and even. So you'll be like that. You will then be like this. We'll have you two over here. Like that. And the remainder of this wall, I suppose, could just go back to being like this. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it works. We need like a little tiny bit of detail, but I think it should actually end up being okay. No, that's not far enough. There we go. Oh, they're both built on Chrome, right. Wait, did I just say 40 meters? Oh, you... It should have said 30, not 40. That's a bit better. Yep. And I promise, the very no, actually, I'm not going to promise it. But the very final thing that I'm thinking of adding here is a small concrete pillar. So around about there. Then one more here. Okay, I think that's this area done. Yep. Good. That wall over there is completely fine. I actually quite like the natural sort of feel to it, so I'll leave it like that. Okay. Now, regarding these power storage areas, let's bring you back by as far as I can, which, okay, there's a tiny gap there. I suppose that's fine. Sure. Although now there's going to be a weird gap in between you lot here as well. A pretty big gap over there. I preferably want these to be like as close together as possible. Like I don't actually want there to be any sort of gaps. So what I'm actually feeling here. This might work and it might not. But if I try and start in a corner over there and just like pretend these two don't exist. How would this look? And most of the others on browsers, you use what works. Yeah. If it works, it works. Okay, so that's the gap that we've got over there. It's not dreadful. That can be like nudged over by a little bit and that will completely solve that problem. Again, a tiny little nudge over there as well. So what I've got to do is go back to where this was. Select you. And nudge you by one in this direction, which you already are, and one in that direction. So now everything should be lined up. Yes. That's completely fine. And that's completely fine. There we go. We've now got our layout. Fantastic. This next bit should be really simple to do. If I had the resources. How does this look from up here? I mean, it looks exactly like what I thought it would look. Do we need gaps there? Welcome, Rumald. Hope that you're doing well. Love your videos about the recipes. Thank you very much. You've actually given me like a good idea there, because something that someone said a while ago, in fact, was, am I going to make a video where I say the best places to build an item in a certain location? Like, for example, the blue crater lake's fantastic for rocket fuel. So, I might do something like that as well. Have to wait and see, I suppose. Right. So again, this looks fine. But is it a bit too clustered? I can remove you, and I can remove... No, and I can... No, and I can remove you. Welcome, Tio. It's been a while, man. Welcome back. Hope that you're doing well. Okay, this does look a little bit better. I think I'm actually going to end up just removing that, if I'm honest. I don't mind this area being here, but we can't really fit much into it. Although I could definitely increase you, can't I? There we go. Yep, so what I might even end up doing... No. No, I'm just gonna cover you, I think. Like that. And of course, you're slightly off, because why wouldn't you be? I think I prefer this. If I'm honest, yeah. I could even do some sort of, like, zigzag, can't I? So it'll end up looking like... this, I think? Is that right? No. It'll be like this. And that will then go. No, cancel. So that's... that, and that. Is a zigzag slightly better? I don't know. Let's see. Again, I select you. The very final shape that I could do is like a rotating L, I suppose. So we can start like that. Then it will come in by a little bit, like... somewhere here? Are you aligned with that? No, now you should be, though. Then you would then just be somewhere in this corner. I wonder how that's going to look. The added animations to the batteries. I didn't see that, no. Okay, this is quite a weird design, but a part of me generally quite likes it, so I think we're going to end up just staying with this. Okay, the next thing for us to do now is technically to remove the floor. One layer at a time. So I can do my, power connection things. Like so. In fact, like a little half nudge would be quite ideal here. Something like that. And we'll make this all fully operational, which should be quite nice. Then yeah, get rid of that. And come back round over here where I'm going to do the exact same thing. You can go to there. You can go to here. And I suppose you two could also go over here then as well. Just like so. Send you round to here. Great. Now we should have just one more left to go. In fact, wait. Make sure you're definitely connected. Then connect you to this one. You to there. And you, just for now, I suppose, down to there, because that shouldn't be able to get seen there through the floor. Grand. Yep. I love the batteries, but most of the time they don't get used at all. Yeah, I'm like that as well. I like the way that these things look, but do I actually ever use them? Sometimes, actually, yeah. I think on my last playthrough I did, because I made a slight miscalculation. Only a very slight one, I promise. Which almost resulted in the complete collapse of my power grid, but yeah, again, you know, very slight miscalculation. But luckily, because of these batteries, I actually kind of got saved. Which is very lucky. That should be good for now. There you go. So I'll chuck you guys over here. Make sure that all of these are connected. And you'll go into there. You'll then go into... oh. Into here. Why not? Perfect. Yeah, Macalash, pretty much, yes. This is like the Nanny McPhee of Satisfactory items. When you need it, it will be here. When you want it, it won't be. As of right now, we don't really need them. So they're just useless. Then when we do need them, oh, they are most certainly here for us. Oh, look at that. Yeah, they have got an animation. That's pretty cool. So, you should start filling up there with power. Or not. Is there a reason for that? Okay, but you are. Did I not connect you? Okay, there we go. I suppose now we can see if these things are actually working. I mean, I can see you're already working. That's good. You're working. I can see the animations. Yeah, unsure about you. No, you are. That's good. Everything here seems good. Yep. Yep. Okay, fantastic. So now this area is fully operational. Great. And cover you back up. And cover you back up there as well. So I think that's pretty much this area done. The only thing I want to try and do now is this. Bring you down to there. In fact, cancel. would I be able to do something like this? Or is it? I think it's down to the very bottom. There we are. Get you. Make sure that you line up with that. Make sure you come across like that. There we go. And within 3 seconds, you've now got like a little underneath area to this part of the factory. Am I ever realistically going to come down here ever again? No. However, it's still nice to have. I might even do like one door there as well, just in case. That's too far away though. That better? No. There we go. You use batteries, but you place them as a decor. Yeah, these are a very nice, like, decoration piece. Absolutely. You're going to be sticking out now, aren't you? That's okay. We're going to pretend like we haven't seen that. And then it'll be completely fine. Have you go all the way down to the very end. Have you stick out by about that much. Slightly better. No. Yeah, that's fine. Although... Okay, what are you actually being used for? Are you important in any way? Yes, you are. Okay. Actually, wait, no, you don't have to be. I don't need that anymore, do I? So I can actually get rid of you. There we go. Okay, not that by that much, though. Let's go for a half foundation. Lovely. And try and squeeze in the little corner there. Great. Wait, why are there weird shadows here? Where's the sun? Well, the sun should be there. That's where the shadows are coming from. I can't even see this. Am I blind? Am I feeling alright? I think, yeah, the sun's over there, so there shouldn't... Okay, it doesn't matter. I think my shadows are having a day off today. What day is it today? Is it Monday? It is, isn't it? Yeah, because I always stream on weekdays and not weekends. Why do I do that to myself? Like, I really just don't know. Regardless, this looks fine. Unsure about this. Prefer it without. There's a tiny bit more decoration we can try and add here to the outside. In fact, probably quite a lot of decoration. Do I want every single window to be separated like this, though? Undecided. You know what? No. Wouldn't say I loved or hated that, it just didn't feel right. How about this? Again, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't mind having the barriers there, just not the railing. There we go. It's like these things. That's a lot better, I think. Yeah. Leave that there for now. And this side's already fine. I don't know how I'm going to link this up, but I will. Oh, I had to sneeze. There we go. Sorry. Oh, what are you doing there? What are you doing? How did I not even notice that? That should be like borderline, like, war crime. Are you leaving it like that? Oh, in fact, I don't even need it, do I? I've now got these things here instead. Oh dear. You can jumpstart an an outpost factory with batteries, but this happening... Oh yeah, I suppose you could potentially... Yeah. Oh, there we go. Right, okay, what's that messed around with? Oh, just this? That shouldn't be a drama? No, that should be okay. In fact... this might be a bit easier. I'll try and move you as far back as I can. If we go up by 3 rather than 4, because if I go up by 4, it's essentially going to mean that it could Z-snap through the floor. I don't really want it to be doing that. Perfect. So, is this building done? I think... Yeah, I suppose. There's a few more details I want to try and add on the outside, but for the most part, I think we are done with this build. Is it the best thing I've ever made? No, but I think it is going to help us logistically. Because in case our factory just ran out of power, we could always just get a bit extra from this. So in that regard, yeah, it is quite helpful. And also, in regards of looks from the outside, the exterior, I think it looks decent as well. So, you know what? It's not too bad. It does the job I needed it to do. And for you, I think I actually want to try and place you down over here, don't I? There we go. The water extraction area almost looks like a stadium. It does a little bit. There's a lot of them. Like, there's quite a bit. But we did need them. There we go. So that goes there. I suppose I could jut this bit out here as well, which, like, interior-wise, I'm not going to mess around with it because it's fine. Oh, yeah, cheers. There we go. Is that the same sort of level? So where do you go up to? You go up to... Oh, you only go up to there? Okay. Please. Why can't I not... Okay, my game just froze there. That's why. I was wondering why I couldn't nudge anything. I was going mad. To be fair, I still think I'm going mad, but luckily I can nudge, so... Not the end of the world. You then need to go out to around about here. Same with that, I suppose. Yep. Great. And you're going to go to here. Up by 8. 8's most of the correct height, right? It might even be 9. 9? No. Is it 9? Suppose it is. Sure. Oh, unbelievable. Although you can't, because if I do that there and then here, it's going to look a bit weird. I suppose I could do something like this, though, where I just don't bring you out as far. I think that would look a little bit better. There we go. Lovely. I mean, that works. To be fair, everything past this wall is pretty much going to be completely blocked, so that's fine. This is, I think, where I want my personnel elevator to be, so I don't want to add too much into there. This looks good as well. Well, it looks functional, should I say. We'll grab you. Chuck you into that. Great. We'll look at this thing again in the daytime just to get like our very final sort of look. But I am happy with the way things are progressing, which is quite nice. I'm still unsure if I want that to remain the way it is or just get rid of it. I might honestly just get rid of it. We'll see. You've got to change materials. Absolutely. You know what? Yeah, I think I do just want to get rid of that. There we go. Other side, I believe, is already fine. You are now sort of encroaching onto that area, so let's not have that. There we go. Just as like a bit of an experiment here. If I try and place, where is it? You. I try and get you roughly in the middle. There. How would you look? I know it's literally pitch dark, I can barely see anything. But I think that does make a good improvement there, so I think I will continue that going around. Yep. I make it over there, just about. The reason why some of these water extractors are yellow, by the way, is because most of this area is just excess water. So that will be going somewhere over in that direction to a factory underneath our coal power plants. And that's the one that we've been working on now for a little while off camera, and actually on camera as well. To be fair, I think it's actually been almost entirely on camera. I did actually do a segment off camera about it, but I had to delete like quite a lot of footage because I didn't like the way it looks. Which did set back the streams quite a far bit, but it's alright. I'd rather delay episode 7 than release episode 7 and it not being the quality I want it to be. I'm absolutely fine with that. Well, I mean, preferably I'd rather not have to remove it, but oh well. The only thing I think that's missing now is the very top bit, and that should be fine. Welcome, Sherb. Literally, I just place things down and hope that it works. Like, for example, with this factory right here, the very first thing that I started to make was the water extractor bit over there. So I started with a couple water extractors, built it on that side, then designed to have some, or, started, no, what's the word I'm looking for? And it came up with the idea of having some sort of, like, cross idea. So I then built this. After I built that, I then built the coal power plants. Then a bit more of that. Then before you know it, I've now just got random bits here and there. Like, it literally is just build the most basic thing first, then expand upon it. Also, I have got about 3,000 hours in the game, so I have learned a couple things. Saying that, though, I love to experiment as well, so I try not to continuously take the easy option. Because you won't really grow as a player. Do I like having this little gap here? Yeah, why not? I was going to change something. Oh yeah, I was. I was going to drag you around here. And I believe the way that we did it was, we went to the very top and just went down by 4. So. Up to the very top. Down by 4. And that should be correct. Yeah, it's about 3,000 hours so far. Some of it, well, technically it's like 3,600. But some of it is AFK time. I just don't know how much of it is AFK time. But bear in mind, this is like the only game that I like play at the moment. I'll occasionally get back into something like Fallout Shelter, but not for long. Yeah, I'll keep it like that, actually. Is that right? I think it's right. It looks right. It feels right. I mean, 300 hours is still a good amount of time. Everything here is fine. Except for the massive gap, of course. Do I want to have another gap here? I suppose yes and no. I'll keep one there for now. Because again, I might have a lift come up here eventually. Any other gaps I can try and solve? Yes. There's one over here, but I actually want to try and keep that there. I keep this one here as well. Okay. We'll go up here by a little bit. I've thought of an idea. Yeah, Satisfactory is a very relaxed game. Yeah. No microtransactions. No microtransactions, which is also a nice idea. I still think they are going to make a DLC. If I'm being completely honest. I feel like a DLC is going to happen. I don't know when. How did I build that so far away from where I was planning on building it? That's almost like worryingly impressive. Oh well. There's not really many things about this game I would change, if I'm honest. Which is the main reason as to why I like it so much. Because there's lots of games out there where there's things that I would personally change for it to be, like, that little bit better. But I can't really think of much for Satisfactory. I don't really find any of the mechanics annoying. I mean, water can be annoying, but it is what it is for that. Come on. Okay. Now that the sun's actually out, I can see what I've built. It looks fine. I wouldn't say this is like the best thing I've ever made. However, again, by the time that I build the other side here as well, then have something in the middle, I think it will end up looking fine. I think. Yeah. Oh well. Welcome Shadow Blood. A DLC could be like a new biome. Like, for example, there's a pretty big part of the map over there that they could add something to, or the island down here, like the isolated island. They could definitely do something out there as well, like a new biome. That could be pretty cool. Maybe some like new storylines. It could be quite a lot. Okay, now let's try and go over to this part of the map and see how this extension looks. Welcome, Dirk. Hope that you're doing well, man. A chronic restarter? I think I am as well, if I'm honest. I tend to blame my PC a lot, but a lot of it is to do with me. See, that's what I wanted this building to be. It served the exact purpose I wanted it to serve. Because if you look over here, it goes from being like building to flat. Whereas now when you look over here, there's a bit more structure. It's not just building, 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 cliff. It's building, 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 taller elevation, larger elevation. So I'm happy with that. I think when we do the same thing roughly over here, then that tall tower over there, it will look pretty decent. Hopefully. If it doesn't, then that's a shame. You know, I've got good feelings about this. Positive vibes. The only problem now is I don't know how to build what I've just built. So, yeah. That's going to be interesting. In fact, do I want it to do that? No. So I want you to then continue around here. Except, no, I don't. You're a bit too low. I want you to come to here. There we go. Then I want you to continue around there. You do go out a little bit too far, but that's not a massive concern. Again, nothing's a concern until it's a concern. Then it's too late. I will go around like decorating this area a little bit later on, but as of right now, decorating isn't really something I'm too keen on. Right now, I just want to try and get it done. Welcome, Jakes. Hope that you're doing good, man. Underwater mechanics would be incredible. An underwater biome can definitely be a thing, because like I was talking about a bit earlier on, there's tons of water around the north, I suppose east as well. There's not really too much, because the map border is like, it's about here. It looks like it's here, but it's not. It's, I think, somewhere over here. But there's not really too much room there to fit a biome in. But over here to the west, there's quite a lot of sea that you can definitely try and take advantage of. North as well, there's quite a lot. South, there's nothing. It's just like the void, essentially. There's a lot that this game can do. Like, a lot. Wait, I don't want you there, do I? No. Sort of, yes, but also no. So I'll get rid of you just for now. I think what I'm going to try and do is just flatten everything out here. An underwater factory, it would be like little air pockets, essentially. So you'll be able to build your factory, but it would be like, how can I explain this? In these oxygen little bubbles, like, you know, on like Mars, like, or in pictures of Mars, you have like those little oxygen bubbles where you can build things inside. If you guys have ever played, I think it's Surviving Mars. Essentially that, but for the water. Or another reference, if you guys have ever seen Star Wars, like, oh, okay, Makalesh, she's, okay, yeah. That's pretty much the same thing I was thinking of there as well. I know I just got rid of this wall, but I think I might need to place it down here just for a quick second. So how am I going to replicate this? Because I don't know what I built. I have no idea what I've just built. So you go back by 1 and just over a half. Why is it just over a half? That's the... Okay, doesn't matter. It's what I've done. It's what I've done. Okay. And then you start here. Right. Have I even got enough silica? Oh, that's what I was supposed to make off camera a couple days ago. Silica. Gosh darn it. Oh well. I will do that today. Maybe. Right, so that's 1 foundation. 1.5, that's just over 1. You start here, then you go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe, and they cross by 4. Yeah. I could have blueprinted it, but the main reason as to why I didn't want to blueprint this particular factory is because I do want to try and do a couple builds where I just don't use blueprint designers. And that's definitely a personal thing, but I just prefer it without it sometimes. No. That's 5. I mean, to be honest, this could be like a nice little doorway as well. Yeah, this can definitely be some sort of entrance. I know I said I was done, but... Oh well. I lied! Right, you then come in by that much? No. Then what if I just try and do something like this for the corners? We'll half nudge up there as well. Sure. The reason why I added that there is just so, again, it's like another entrance to the factory. It looks quite nice, you know, just a bit of natural sunlight. We'll get rid of that. We then, oh, I am just out of range there of selecting that. There we go. We'll then come across over there. Then regarding this particular wall, how far out do I have to come out with you? The very edge of this. So you take up the full foundation, essentially. Sound. That shouldn't, in theory, be a logistic nightmare. Or a building nightmare. Never mind, yes you are, because you're built on different layers. Oh my god. There we go. I think in total you're about 8 tall. Are you slightly off from everything else? Because it feels like it. You are, okay. That doesn't really help. And come back around over here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, hypertubes in and out will be fantastic there as well. And you know what they could actually do is like a hypertube, but for conveyor belts. So you can have like a transition between surface level conveyor belts and then underwater conveyor belt through these hypertube looking things. So it's transparent, you can see all the items on the conveyor belt moving, but it's essentially like watertight, so like water can't get in or out of where the conveyor belt actually is. That could look incredible. I should be a game dev. Actually, no, I shouldn't. Can you imagine me trying to build a game? I'll be there for about 6.5 hours. Okay, so I think what I want to try and do with you was... I got you right on the edge, didn't I? Like so. And yeah, we went up by 8 with you. Then this time, again, right on the edge, but the other edge this time. Over maybe by 1. No, you're way too far over. Okay, so you should end here. It's not even lined up at all, is it? How's that happened? Wait. Because this is where it should be lined up too, but I don't know why it's not lined up like that. Oh, right, because of this. Right. Okay. That's frustrating. But it's good that we spotted that now rather than a lot later. Because we might have had to redo quite a lot of it, whereas now it's like just placing in a little bit of glass that I've got to redo. It's not the end of the world. But I do want to try and make sure that everything is built off of this grid. And no other grid. Just for this particular area, at least. Welcome, Maga. Hope that you're doing good as well, man. There we go. The thing is, right, if I was to chuck all of this into a blueprint designer, could I have got this finished by now? Honestly, yes, I could have. However, is it more... I've pressed the wrong button. How? I am very special. The thing is, though, if I was to have done that, would I have enjoyed this process as much as I have? Maybe not. Would I have been as creative as I've attempted to have been? Probably not. Although I do realise right now I'm trying to replicate what I did on that side. The problem is, I've now got a massive hill in the way. So I probably won't even be able to fit much stuff into here. But the whole idea is I still want to try and get it as close as I can. The problem being, I can't, because this thing's in the way. Been playing COI. COI? What can that be? Have a think. I've got no idea. No. I'm glad that you're liking it though. See, you're only about 8 foundations, whereas the one over there is a lot more than 8. It's about 16 maybe. Oh, Captain of Industry, right. So the thing is, I won't be able to replicate what I did over there, over here. But I can definitely still try. That's 1.5 back. I think this is where I want to begin. Let's just double check. So half 1. Oh yeah, it's half 1, then like a slight nudge back. Okay. Right. So that's half. That's okay. I think this is now fine. There we go. Welcome, Italian guy. Hope that you're well. How much is my PC worth? At least maybe $10? Potentially a bit more. Hope that you're doing well. I've got no idea. When I first got it, I think it was like about £1,000. This, bear in mind, this was maybe 7 years ago now, or something like that. So it's definitely a bit old. If I was to buy a PC again, I probably wouldn't go for this one. Not because it's necessarily bad, again, it was fine, but it was quite expensive for what it actually is. That's because it's Alienware. And I know some PC people are like, why did you get Alienware? I had no idea. I'm not a PC player. I'm a console player. This is not my usual territory to venture in. Nope. Wait. What? Oh my. Okay. Annoying. Are you now lined up? Don't be like a tiny little gap. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, the new Anno looks incredible. I will, like, 1000% be getting it. Some games, when they come out and like when they're announced, I question myself, am I going to get it? Do I really want it? With this new Anno game, it was like, no, I'm getting it. I am getting it. It looks really, really good. I love Anno games already, so, yeah. Looking forward to it. I think I've built this right. I know it sounds like an absolutely shocking statement, but I think I've actually built this right. Don't get too concerned. Welcome, Pocket. Hope that you're well. Yeah, another section to build. We've pretty much finished everything over there. I'm still... Like, I don't hate the design. It's just, there's something about it I don't quite like. I don't know what it is. I think it's the fact that it's just not symmetrical, so it's playing with my brain a little bit. Because I like to build things that are symmetrical. Like, that isn't symmetrical either, to be honest, but it's still better than that. Oh well. So we've now got to come out by 4... We've now got to come up by 4 with this thing. And up by 6. That's 7. There we go. Hearts of Iron 4 seems like a very fun game. Although it looks tricky to learn though as well. So how do I do this? We've got exactly 1 there. Get rid of them to 1 more than a half a wall. Why is there half a wall there? And you go up by 4 at the middle points. Is it exactly the middle points? Yeah. Right. Welcome, Sea Shark. Hope that you're doing well. Just got home. Hey, nice. That's the first day of the working week done. So you're going to go up by, again, round about 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Wall. There we go. This has been quite a fun project to undertake, though. It's been a challenge. It's been, you know, highs and lows. Many highs. Many lows. But it hasn't felt like... Oh. Damn. It hasn't felt overwhelming, though. I was wondering what I've done there, because on this side I can see the wall clearly, then on that side there was no wall. I was really confused, but no, it's fine. That wasn't really what I was trying to select, if I'm being honest. There we go. So what I'm going to try and do is chuck your face over here. Turn you up. And the way that I can see if everything is lined up is by grabbing something like this, for example, and just dragging it over. And in theory, this should align directly next to that. Height-wise, it should be the exact same. Okay, so what have I done now? Okay, so you just don't go out by as much. Why? Because you do. You go out as far as you physically can. So do you. So if anything, that's actually a problem with this design, not the other one. Measure it twice, cut it once. Mm-hmm. Unless you're like me, measure it twice, cut it twice, get it wrong twice, give up. Have a minor breakdown, then go straight back to it. Oh well. Use a coal power plant? Yeah. I'm surprising myself here as well. With how, like, incredibly unincredible this is. Actually, do I want that there? Yeah, it's going through that one, so I suppose yes, I do. Okay. 1. Boom. No! I thought I actually managed to get it there. So now the thing is, I've got to extend that one out there as well, but bear in mind, this wall is going to be going straight up, so I don't think it actually matters. Oh dear. I can now get rid of you, because you should now be... Whoa, Jesus bean. That was disturbing to watch. So now everything should be lined up. Although, why are you a different height to that? Because I didn't build you in the right spots? Right, so you go back in by how much? A nudge, essentially. You go back in by how much? Not a nudge. So you gotta be there. Just like what I was talking about. Measure it twice, cut it twice. Now it should be lined up. Well done, me. Congratulations. You've discovered how to place down things properly. That's good. Right, so I'm fine with that. You guys I'm fine with as well. You're going to be a bit of a pain, aren't you? I think. Maybe not, actually. It depends. No, that's definitely not lined up properly. So how am I going to do this then? Oh, yeah, no, yeah, okay. So what I've done is here, I think it's like half a wall sticking out. So we go up by pretty much that much. We come out there by 1. Is that correct? No. That seems like it's pretty much half there as well, though. So just after that one thing. Okay. Let's try. Yeah. So that should now be right. And one more in this little gap here. We're pretty good at pre-builts before Dell. Yeah, like, if I was to buy a gaming PC now, I still wouldn't know what to go for, though. Because, like, I will Google it quite a lot to make sure that I get the right one, but everyone always has different answers. If there was, like, a definitive list of, like, which PCs are actually good for what you want and for your price point, I'd probably read that, but again, everyone's opinions differ. I can understand there's definitely some opinion that has to get involved with these things, but it shouldn't really be an opinion, though. Like, if one PC's better, then it's better. Like, you can't really argue against the facts. But I'm not really seeing too many facts, which is another problem. It's more like, I like to use this PC because I think it's good for me. Also, I'm sponsored by them to say as. I'm going to spread you out over there, right? I think that's what I want to try and do, because on the other side, I did build stuff there. Different use cases, yeah. Certain parts that work better for certain use. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I try and research these things, then I give up after about 5 seconds, because my brain cells just can't comprehend what I'm, like, watching. Wait, you go up by quite a bit. There's like a good little gap there between you and then that there as well. Okay. So I think everything here is fine. That's fine there as well. Then for you, I think we start there. And I believe it was 3 more glass. Oh, that didn't stay. Okay. Oh, I can't see around that corner. I'm just out of sight as well. That's really annoying. Try that again. Nope. Right. So the way this should look is just like this. The side that's got the tower in it, this little like cylinder looking thing, we'll call it a square, even though it's not a square. The square ends right before the middle, whereas this square is nudged out by at least 1. Like that. I'm concerned I've got it the wrong way round. So is it the tower that's nudged out? No. Okay, I see what I've done here. I've done the right thing, but I've got it around the wrong way. Right. Does it necessarily matter if I get this wrong? No, not really. But the thing is, I still want to get it right, though. Because if I've got the ability to get it right, I might as well bother trying to get it right. You've got to go. That looks better from inside of here, at least. That's all fine. I'll worry about the decorations a bit later on. The most that I'm willing to spend on a new PC is about £1,000. Like, that's like the most. Nothing above that. But whenever I'm trying to look for a PC now, some of them it's like, not even like 490s or anything. It'll be lower end, but it'll still be close towards £1,000. This is why I've got a PlayStation, because my PlayStation runs games really, really well. I've never had much of a problem with it, other than like a couple of games which aren't even that graphic heavy, it's just the games themselves aren't very well optimized or something, I don't know. So it's 1, 2, 3. Then that's a full wall over there. Whereas that isn't. Why have I done it like this? Oh well. $1 to $5. Oh no, it's like £1 I think is like $1.20. It keeps changing. The pound's getting lower and lower and lower and lower. Fortunate note. Okay, so let's stick with that for now then. We've got 2 glass, a wall up there. So that should be fine. And so it looks like we actually will be able to fit in 1 entrance here. Just about. With everything else over here, I still don't know what I'm going to be doing with, if I'm honest. And then this is where I want to try and build my tower. So I suppose I can actually extend this out over here so that it joins up with the tower. Everything here has to go. That's just a fact. This all has to go. Unless it doesn't. And I turn this particular area into like an observation deck for these particular trees. So I build like a little area around here. And then I have this particular area here remaining in its natural state. We could try and do that, so incorporate some of the nature into our build. Welcome, Reverend Maynard. Hope that you're doing well. You built your nephew setup for $700 and used the AMD GPU that was built in. It runs Satisfactory like a slideshow. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about as well. Honestly, I'm surprised like my game's running this well. Because I've got a 1070, I think. And I'm currently playing on ultra graphics. And I've also got my streaming software open. And I've got 2 chats, both YouTube and Twitch. I've also got my restream settings open. I then have my live stream settings open on my YouTube page. Like, everything's running fairly smoothly. Of course, there will be some people watching on like a $5,000 or $6,000 PC that are probably laughing at the quality of gameplay. But at the same time, for me, it's surprising. Was I ever gonna close this part off? I don't think so, no. Okay, next part of the build then. So, you come out by how much? Is that a full foundation? No, so you start there. Right. Okay. Oh, nice, Vinod. Let's go, man. Good process. Or progress, even. That's incredible process. It really is. Nudge you then a little bit. Yeah, that is right. Okay. So there's a pretty big there. Oh my, there. There's a pretty good. There's a pretty big gap between this part of the wall and that part of the wall. I'm sorry. Me no speak English today. Apparently, I've decided. You know what? No. don't identify as an English speaker anymore. So small on that side, big on that side. I think, again, I built it the wrong way around. Yep, so there's quite a lot inside of here. Okay. That's fine, because this is literally like the very edge, and that's what I want it to be. Then this is going to be a lot smaller than what it actually looks like. Fair enough. All to run it well? Ah, damn. Let's try this again, shall we, chat? Oh my god! I'm having a day today. I'm having an absolute day. Like this. Is that right? So you're pretty much touching the edge there. Let's just double check that. I know I keep on going back to what I built earlier on, but it's important that I keep on double checking, because the last thing that I want to try and do is build this entire part of the factory, then realize I'm off by about half a foundation. There you go. So yeah, you're pretty much touching that. You're on the very edge. Fantastic. Regarding you, you're placed pretty much right on the edge there as well. Okay. Then we're over by exactly one foundation gap, one foundation. Then for the rest of this, I'm essentially going to be not redesigning it, but reinterpreting what I built over here. And that's the plan, essentially. Wall big, pretty much, yes, wall big is what I've concluded here. Wall big, wall small, wall regular. Although, are you wall regular? Why are you... Oh... My fist is going to go through my table. So that's fine. I mean, granted, the entrance here is going to... Where? To Narnia? I mean, there's nothing here. No staircases there. I'll most likely end up building another staircase over here, though. Can't even up the OS to Windows 11. Oh dear. Oh dear. At that point, it wouldn't really be classed as old. It would be classed as, like, ancient. That's the wrong one. Need the big concrete pillar. And I think what I did with you is I placed you there, didn't I? Yeah, this seems quite a lot better. Nice. Everything here should be lined up as well. I think it's lined up. From first glance, it doesn't look like it's not lined up. I don't know if that's a good thing, but yes. It doesn't look completely terrible, is what I'm trying to say. Right, so I'll bring you out, and then you're in line with this, aren't you? No. Yes, okay. As long as this lines up, everything we've built so far essentially is right. If this doesn't line up, then there's a chance that everything I've built is wrong. So, no pressure. Can we in fact see from here? Oh, it's looking good. Oh, look at that. I mean, it's too tall by about 1, but other than that, that's good. That is good. Well done, me. I know how to build stuff in Satisfactory. Only took 5 years. And 3,000 hours, but we finally got there, chat. No. I might be the only player in the world to play Satisfactory or to play a save for over 200 hours. and still be working on a coal power plant. It took us to episode 6 to actually get, like, coal properly fully automated, I think. Actually, no, technically episode 5 we did start it, but then episode 6 we started this. Then episode 7, I think we finished it? Which, of course, episode 7 isn't out yet. No, was it episode 6 then? I don't know. Regardless, long time. Then get rid of everything here on the top. Nice. Is there anything else that I particularly want to do in regards to the exterior for this particular project? Yes, I want you to come out by a little bit, although I don't know how far is a little bit. Because what I want to try and have happen over here now is some sort of, like, staircase. That would be going here from the middle. I suppose, yeah, let's line it up with this. So, if I was to select this... Well, that's just the wrong one, isn't it? Let's see. Oh, wait, the bean just used the staircase? What? Sure. I mean, you're allowed. I'm just very surprised, if I'm honest. I think what I'm going to do is this... and that. No. No. This. Everything on this side I'm just going to remove, essentially. And this wall here is going to get continued. That's... same thing over here as well. So this would be the main staircase up here, essentially. That's... nice. How would this look here? I don't massively hate that. I've built worse. A lot worse. So yeah, we'll stick with that. The shadows! What's going on with the shadows today? Oh no, they actually make sense this time. No, that's fine. So then, this is going to be the main floor that I'm going to end up building my thingamabob on. Main part of the factory. There we go. Welcome, Bunny Love. Hope that you're doing well. You're on tiers 7 and 8 and still on coal power. Fair enough. See, coal isn't completely useless. It can have its positive effects, absolutely. Can I get rid of that? Thank you. Some of these bushes are quite difficult to get rid of. There we go. We'll try and find like the perfect location to try and just be able to get rid of it. The next question is, how wide do I want this tower to actually be? I'm not building this tower today. That's probably tomorrow's stream. Maybe like a 8 by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Because 8 by 8 is relatively thin, but I kind of want it to be thin. Thin and tall. That's the plan. 4. There should be an 8 gap here now. Yes, okay. I can do mathematics. And by mathematics, I mean I can do 4 plus 4. Which, to be fair, I'm very impressed with. My maths teachers would be very impressed with that. Okay, apparently that was too far away from you. There we go. Nice. So, again, like I was saying, I want this building here to link onto this tower building, which is going to start around here. Oh, look at that. That's cool. You can see, like, the sun rays there getting blocked by the wall. Anyway. So, are you actually going to line up with this? Let's see. I think it actually will. Wait. Oh. Oh my dearie me. Okay, that is, like, disgusting. So not only is it massively off from this side, but it's also massively off from that side there as well. As a resident of Earth, I don't accept that. No. So I think what I might even try and do here is readjust you a little bit. So this wall is going to be slightly off from that wall, but because of how very slightly off it will actually end up being, I don't think it'll make a massive difference. There we go. I want you to go down to there instead. Heights-wise, it should make no difference. There we go. So that's pretty much this part of the factory now fully designed. It's now just a question of how am I going to do the interior? Am I going to keep it similar to what I did before? Or am I going to slightly change things up a little bit? And a part of me definitely does want to try and change things a little bit. Welcome, Ruben. Hope that you're doing good, man. When's the video coming out? What, the video for, like, episode 7? No idea. Absolutely no idea. It's a case of just trying to have a bit of fun whilst not rushing myself as well. And occasionally that does lead to some videos getting delayed. But at the same time, though, I feel like it's a good idea to sort of push it back a little bit and do a few more streams. Because the thing is, like, when I build things like this, it's only about a minute worth of footage, but it's about 4 hours worth of content. So rather than just doing like 4 hours of Satisfactory off camera and almost feeling like I've wasted my time a little bit, I prefer to stream it. Okay, you don't actually line up properly. I'll grab you and then make you line up instead. There we go. It will overlap a little bit and that's completely fine. But now that I know everything here in the middle should line up with itself. And welcome Loot Crate Liberation. We've got tons of people tuning in today. Welcome everyone. Oh, I put that wrong. Love these videos. Thanks for the inspiration. Thank you very much. I'm very glad that you do enjoy them. I'm loving making them as well. I really am. Yeah, we can definitely keep this here. In fact, you know what we could actually try and do? I don't think I will. Welcome, Skies. Hope that you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. We've got this little bit that juts out over there, and this little bit that juts out over here. So I could try and design some sort of like archway or some bridge potentially that links them together. The problem is though, they aren't directly in line with each other. As you can see, this corner right here isn't directly in line with that corner, it's slightly off. I know why it's slightly off, because that shouldn't be there. Right. So if I get rid of you and push everything back here by 1, that'll look interesting. Yeah, I try not to like unlist or privatize the streams. I try to keep them public because the thing is, right, as you say, not everyone can watch a 3.5 hour stream every single day for the full duration of the live stream. But some people might want to watch the 3.5 hour long live stream in little chunks over the next course of the week. I'm like that as well. Like sometimes I won't be able to watch a full video in its full length, especially like a longer video. But I'll break it down into smaller sections, like little chunks. And it's far easier to engage with. Okay, how is this going to line up now? Again, the problem is though, we've now got the nature sort of just encroaching on our factory here. How are we going to do this? Are you even lined up still? Actually, technically, no. Oh well. Let me go back into my cinematic camera here for a moment. So the nature being in the way is a bit of a problem, obviously. What I could try and do is try and find a way to work around the nature. So rather than having concrete here, we get rid of all the concrete around this. I still try and jut this area out here a little bit so that it sticks out. It can then be a decent idea to have some sort of outpost tower over there as well. So rather like this entire slab just being concrete, it's only these two end foundations that will then create some sort of L shape, whilst this area remains in its somewhat natural state. Let's try that. So one... And also, you guys aren't even aligned either. Between biofuels and turbofuel, it's a toss-up for you. Turbofuel is good. I've showed you guys my recipe already that I'm using for rocket fuel, but I'm actually using the one that doesn't require any turbofuel, which is a bit of an interesting one, but I feel like it could be a lot better. So that's why I'm going to try and stick with it for now. Okay, so I keep you there. And then I suppose I then go out with you. Let's see. I am making this up, by the way. I haven't really got a plan here. And I feel like that's one of the best ways to play this game. When it comes to, like, logistics and how much of each item I want to try and make in a factory, I do try and plan that. Because if you get that wrong, it can actually be a bit more frustrating than enjoyable. I do try and get that as far, well, as right as I possibly can. Sometimes, especially when it comes to the interior and exterior designs on buildings, I do try and just leave it up to luck. Bit of creativity there as well. Okay, so if we do something like this, lower everything down there essentially. Does this look any better, or does it look a bit weird? I wouldn't be surprised if it actually does end up looking a bit weird. Let's see. Integrate the nature. Exactly, yeah. It's a weird design. It is. But I feel like after we add like a staircase down there, after we redo this area, make it look quite nice, have some sort of like feature here as well, probably a radar tower or an outpost tower, it could end up looking rather decent. I think. I hope. I really do hope. Now the question is, yeah, there's actually tons of area down here as well. Okay. Would it be worth actually opening this area up here a little bit? By that, what I mean is, keep this the way it is, but that looks fine. Maybe add some glass here. In fact, wait, before I do that. Where is glass? It's in the walls, isn't it? I should probably know where it is. I should probably know. So then they'll look a little bit like this. That's a possibility. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen, I think it's Eden? Not the artist Eden, not the musician, who's very good, by the way. I like Eden's music. But no, I mean like Eden, the project that was built in Satisfactory. I keep feeling the guy that made it's like Flux Trio. I'm pretty sure that's a Pokemon, actually. Doesn't matter. But yeah, essentially, someone built a project that really did incorporate like leaves, nature, rocks, hilly terrain into their project, like literally into their factory. And it looks so good. I would recommend you watch it, but the problem is, if you watch it then come back to this, you might not enjoy this playthrough as much. That's how good that other project actually is. It really is fantastic. Okay, so the glass here, I almost feel like actually is pretty good. So I'm going to try and keep that the way it currently is. Keep this layer here like roughly 2 foundations thick. I think that works as well. And yeah. Okay, we'll commit with this. I don't want to... Actually, should I build it now since I've already started? Yeah, might as well. Although I don't know how high I want you to necessarily go, so I'll start off with you then. There we go. And we'll leave a little gap over there where we're going to have ourselves some stairs. So we'll go into... I think it's foundation. Yeah, it is foundations, yeah. Of course it is. Gotta go down a little bit further. Lovely. I like the new cosmetics. Yeah, the new architectural pieces I think look really, really good. I know some people were saying update 1.1 wasn't very good. I've talked about this before, but I honestly think update 1.1 was good because he added quite a lot of architectural things. Obviously, like metal beams and painted beams were in the game for a while, and the same with the beam supports. But the H beams are new, the shelf beam, the round concretes, the braided cable, and the braided cable cluster, that's new. I think the construction fence and the top construction was in update 1.0. I don't think that was 1.1. But do you correct me if I'm wrong, though. I'm pretty sure that was 1.0. That's new. This, I think, was 1.0 as well. There were quite a few nice things over there as well, so that was a nice little touch. I'm going to keep you the same, I think. Then, I suppose, just go around making everything look like this wall over here, which shouldn't require that much time. We've been live for almost 2 hours. Damn. Today's one of those days where the stream's just absolutely flying past. Like I blink and 2 hours is gone. Mental. Have we made that much progress today? I don't know. I wouldn't say we haven't made a lot of progress, but we could have made more. That's what I'd say. I'm wondering, can I just get rid of all of this? Like underneath here. I know that I've got some logistics though, so that's what I'm a bit concerned about. No, I think we actually can. Okay. And I grab you and just go fully down. No. Okay, that works apparently. Sure. That's slightly off now. Wait, how are you a different height to everything else? Hmm? Oh, yeah, I know why. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to have to try and do here is actually bring you up by this much. Yeah. Little half nudge. There we go. I do apologize for the darkness, by the way. I can't really do too much about the nighttime. I might get a mod. I've been talking about it for so long, though, so I'm not quite sure. Come on. Can't get that. Rid of that over there as well. Can I not? There we go, I can. That's annoying, but that's okay. Completely fine. There we go. How on earth do I do this? I think that's slightly better. Yeah, it definitely obviously needs some like border around the outsides. If you paint it slightly darker as well, it might make it stand out a little bit more. But I think I do like that. That's a very big difference to what we had just like 20 minutes ago. I think I like it. I wouldn't mind a couple of trees in here, but they're gone now. There's not really too much we can do about that. Which is the main reason why I want to try and save the trees up there, because I feel like we can do something about that. I want to. There we go. It's a bit random. It is a bit random, but I like it. I do. Anything else I want to try and do in this area in particular? Yes, I suppose I do want to try and end up doing this. So let's finish this. So just so I can say I've finished one thing today. Okay, you're not going to play nice. Is there a reason for that? Actually, I think it's fine. No, it's not. It shouldn't be like that. Maybe because I built them there. No. Do I have to half nudge every single block? I'll be here for hours if I do. That can't be the problem. Let me try it again over here. That's wrong to already start off with. Nice. You still believe it looked like a safe spot for drone refueling relay stations? What, here? Oh yeah, it could have been, yeah. Utopian build, ooh. Yeah, I definitely do want to try and build like a city area as well. I've already got a plan for that. I don't want to say too much about it. I'm not sure if you guys saw my streams from quite a while ago now, where essentially I was trying to design some sort of port. That's going to have some sort of effect. Let's just say that. Like, I didn't just randomly do like 6 or 7 streams in a row of me building a random port. No, there was a bit of reasoning behind that. I like the... Oh, I just banged into the glass. I do like having this area open down there. But a problem, I suppose one could say, is there's nothing going on down there. There's no action. What if we made action? What if we were the drama? I'll just chuck you into there for now. See, this is what I mean. I'm creating all this trouble for myself. All I had to do was build a battery facility. That's all I had to do. Now I started designing the base of our future tower, and then I was like, no, you know what, let's redo all of this. And then it's, no, let's add a staircase, then let's add some glass, then let's make the nature thing stick out. This is completely, like, self-inflicted. You know what? Quite like it. But the plan essentially is, okay, and this is going to sound stupid. I want to try and add a bit of chaos underneath there. There's currently no pipes. There's nothing. But I want there to be pipes. So what I'm going to try and do is come over here. Do I want to increase the glass all the way around this side as well? Because that can take 3 seconds for me to do. I think I will. I'll just do that one though. I'll do that. I'll then do all this. Although you're not lined up. Neither are you. How are you? Like, oh, I know why. Now there's a random gap. I'll figure that out off camera. So, I want to try and have a wall that goes along here. We are then going to essentially have fake pipes going from this wall through underneath down there to around here. That's the plan. Fake pipes. There's hogs trapped underneath here now for the rest of eternity. Oh well. You want to have walls? Or I don't know. I quite like the way that already is, if I'm honest. I think what I'll do is I'll have glass like that. If I had the right amount of silica. Then this going down over here. I think that will look fine. So let's go make some more silica, because I've currently got 0, like, in my factory everywhere, so that's great. Actually, do I have some? I might have some lights, like, lying around somewhere. God knows where, but let's find out. So then, yeah, from this angle, it'll look pretty decent. A bit of extra chaos. Okay. Then fill this back up. And now when we take a step back, it does look interesting. I think. I might want to try and change the glass that's on there, but for now I suppose it looks fine. Yep. Let's try and get the cinematic camera up and running. Just for like a little vantage point around here. I think that's alright. Of course this area does look a bit like white, a bit bright as well in some locations. And that is, I suppose, rather intentional. That, I'll think about something to do with this area for now. But it's alright. I don't hate this area though. I don't hate it. I think this was a good idea. It might take me a while to agree with it, but I think it was a good idea overall. Yep. If I also really wanted to, I could technically push this a bit further back over here. Like, get rid of the stairs. Push you back to here. Then add some stairs along there instead. But again, we can wait and see on that one. I think this would be a good location for the tower. We can build it up quite nicely around every single side, and that won't really be a problem. It's now going to line up with this as well, which should be pretty good. Regarding the waterfall, I've got no plans for it. I've already built like a small wall across there, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it just yet. Maybe do something like diagonal across there. We'll see. We'll see. And same for this side of the map as well. Like, it doesn't need anything. Like, oh yeah, I built this for a thumbnail, in case you're wondering. If you go back a few streams, you might see like actually, I don't even know if I used it. But you might see a thumbnail of like a coal conveyor belt. That's how yeah, that's how I did it. Still going to try and do the roof there as well. Again, try and change that. Add a new floor there, potentially. So still quite a lot of things for us to try and do. No doubt about that. But you know what? Progress is progress. Let's respawn. There we go. But thank you again to everyone who's tuning into the stream. Hope that everyone's having a fantastic day so far, or a fantastic evening, depending where you're watching from. There we go. Okie dokie, silica. I don't think I have to change too much. The only thing I've got to actually just try and do is try and come up over there. And then switch all of our quartz crystals into silica. Looking good, thank you very much. Bring back uranium? Yeah. Those doggos can be an absolute nightmare for that. Sometimes he can be quite good. Like, they brought me back a couple slugs once. A yellow slug. Which is quite appreciated. Oh. Damn, you're slow. So, silica. I don't know how much silica I can actually make here, but oh well. Let's see. It should be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Also, yeah, don't do that. Let's go put this all back in our factory. We'll then come back over here, collect the remaining resources, and get on with our day. But regardless, I think that's a pretty good start there. I don't think we're going to need any Caterium. I'm going to try and build some lights eventually. Not for this factory, but for another factory that I'm planning. But I think we've got enough. Actually, do I don't think we even do. I could always take that back with me if I really wanted to. Because since every single time I go back to my factory, I try and bring back some resources. Just so it saves me having to respawn and bring more like in 10 minutes time. Please. Oh? Wait, what? I did not realize I had that many quartz crystals just saved up there, but sure. I'll bring all of these back. It might look like a lot, but I can guarantee I can get through this within 3 minutes, depending on the blueprint that I'm using. joking, man. Anything else that I might as well bring back whilst we're here? I suppose some concrete. Yeah, we'll bring some concrete with us. Yeah. Because now we have to wait for all of our silica to get produced, which will take some time. Iron plates, iron rods, maybe I'll take some of them with me next time. Oh, wait. There we go. Nice. Let's head back now. We've got so much to work on. I mean, would I say this is the most time I've spent on a coal power plant? Yes. I think so by this stage, if I'm honest. Because I did make a coal power plant in our last playthrough, which, again, I actually really enjoyed. The exterior was a bit of a challenge. But I would say, interior-wise, I prefer... Actually, I don't know. I really liked our last power plant. I really did. Because logistically, it was far simpler. Like, far simpler. The interior looked pretty good, because it was just like one corridor with like 100 coal generators. So even though this time we've got, I think, 96 more coal generators than what I had last time, it almost looks like smaller because the corridors aren't as long, even though it's, again, double the size. Exterior, I think I preferred the other one as well. But they're very different designs. Like, this is more of like a Brutalisque sort of look, and I didn't build as much nearby as what I'm building now. Like, with our last coal power plant, the only thing that I built there was the coal power plant. Yet with this, it's a bit more complex. There's a lot more to it. But I feel like I'm making a bit more of like a complete sort of area. So I'm not just making like a small coal power plant and just saying, you know what, that's it. I've got my coal now. I'm buggering off. And that's completely fine. I mean, the majority of players do that, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. Hence why the majority of players do that. But I am special. So I can't just like... I can't do something normal than just live my life. No. Oh no! That was close. Nope! Oh, I'm having an absolute blender here. There we go. Thank you very much, Tiger, for the Twitch follow. I don't know why that's not appearing, but thank you very much. As I almost fall to my death twice, but you know what? It's all part of the fun, I think. So, concrete. There we go. Yeah, I do need quite a bit more. Actually, nah, it's fine. Perfect. Okay, that's actually a really good amount of quartz crystals over here now. You're completely fine. You're completely fine. Wire, everything here is actually good. I don't think I need anything else. As of right now, at least. Except for silica, which is what I want to go collect. I do want to try and come back over here, though, so we can ignore this glass part of the project for now. I do want to try and place in a couple pipes if I can. And we'll come back to the glass a bit later on. A streaming schedule? No, I stream whenever I've got the opportunity to. Sometimes that's once a week, sometimes it's 4 times a week. It literally just depends on how busy I am that week and what I've got going on throughout the day. So, for example, I'm going away from Wednesday, I think, until Sunday, so I can't stream. But tomorrow I will be streaming. I don't know at what time, though. It depends when I wake up as well. If you guys were watching yesterday's stream, you'd know I was just, like, unbelievably tired. Like, really, really badly tired. It got to the stage where I was speaking and I didn't know what I was saying. I'd never felt like that before. Like, never in my life. Because I was thinking about what I was doing that day. And thinking about what I had done essentially over the weekend. And in my mind, I was still there. I was still, like, in the barracks. So it's like it felt like I was talking to the people around me a little bit. Even though, of course, I wasn't. I was here. I don't even know how to describe it. It was weird. So I overslept today, which I felt like I kind of needed it though, so I'm not like massively annoyed about that. Please. Thank you. I was. It was really bad. Yeah, today I feel a lot better though. Back to my usual chatty self, unfortunately. Right, so yeah, these pipes are going to be extremely simple to make. Unless I make it difficult for myself, which, I mean, you guys know me. I'll find a way to, to overcomplicate it. So, right. Let's see. I might as well try and finish this design first, though. Since it'd be a lot easier to do now, rather than when we've got all the pipes in the way. And then just for now, I'll zone you guys over here. Sounding exhausted? Yeah, I'm a lot better. Yeah. But yesterday was too much. A little bit of this. There we go. Then one more, that should be fine. There we go, yep. Great. In fact, do I want glass over here? Look, I don't. I will paint you though. And paints you. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay. So what I'm going to try and do now is get some pipes from around there, bring it through here, then let them exit from this area. And that should be us pretty much done. In regards of this location, at least. Not done for the stream. I might even try and change the floor here as well. Ah, but you're going to go in there a little bit, aren't you? That's annoying. That's fine. It's a very simple fix. All I've got to do is just a couple half foundations, and that's literally it. That is the fix. Unless you get in the way. Oh, dearie me. There we go. Customizer. Oh, don't you tell me. There we go. Good. Same thing over here as well now. Great. Another hostile using the stairs. I'm glad they like it. I'm glad they're, using it. Because of Zed snapping, I've got to do this. That's fine. You actually look quite nice like that, to be fair. And one last one over here. No. There we go. Select you, select that there as well. Nice. So I believe the actual, this part of it at least should be fine now. I don't think I want to change that massively. Ow. How am I going to do this though? I really don't know. This part's nice and simple. I can get that done at least. And everything past here is fine as well. I suppose I could do that. And then I could do that again as well over here. Yeah, that pretty much completely solves the problem. That was a lot easier to do than I thought. Good. The next plan now is we're going to have a couple pipes. So let's go to our logistics. We'll then go to our wall holes. There we go. We'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is going to be the easiest out of the lot of them. In fact, are you too high? You are slightly too low, in fact. Okay, yeah. A half nudge should solve that problem. Let's see. Yep, okay. Yet again, the return of the half nudge. Harry Potter and the half nudge prince. Alright. To be fair, I went almost, well, in fact, over 2 hours without a single Harry Potter reference. So, I feel like that's pretty good. I don't even, like, watch Harry Potter. It's weird. I've seen the movies, but this might be an unpopular opinion. I think the Harry Potter movies are overrated. Like, heavily overrated. The books I'm unsure about because I haven't read them. But the movies are just, I don't know, like, they're not bad, but the fact that some people consider them generational, I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. If there was nothing to watch and then a Harry Potter movie was on, I'd probably still watch it. But I don't know. I think there are better movies out there. So I want you to go to that one, I think. The reason as to why I'm making this chaotic is just for a little bit of fun. Just to see what it's going to end up looking like. Looks better than the movies. I mean, that's what I've heard. There we go. Why are these so shiny? I know I've got the... Where is it? Got it. I've probably got shiny mode on, don't I? Yeah, but, like, they are still really shiny in comparison to the other ones that I made. To get many details, that's what I've heard as well. I want you just to go straight through here. And down into there. No. So then you... I want you now to go up by... Okay, that's as far as I can let you go up, sure. I might, in fact, change this around. So that you are that one. In fact, no, because you can go over here, can't you? It does get in the way slightly, though. Which is quite annoying. Because you could look pretty good somewhere, like, here. Now you're too low. What I could do... No. I think it'll be okay. Let's go back to the way it was. Oh dear. Okay, you refuse to go straight. Isn't this a bug where, like, straight mode doesn't go straight? Is this the bug that I'm currently experiencing? Because I've never properly experienced it before. Other than times when it's been my fault. So I feel like this is my fault again. I mean, it looks pretty straight to me, so I don't know. Then I lower you down, and go into that. What does that look like? It looks exactly like what I want it to look like. Chaotic and a bit of a nightmare. I like that. Sure. And again, these serve absolutely zero purpose there. Other than for looks. But yeah, I'm definitely going to end up keeping that. Good. So that was a good 45-minute sidetrack. No, build it here before the thing gets in the way. There we go. They are properly using my stairs. I think they're actually quite liking this. Oh, welcome, Ritwick. Hope that you're doing well. Are you going to come down here as well? No? Because I mean, you were down there earlier. I'm glad that the hogs actually are using this area though as well. If I had creature hostility on default, I would have to kill them every single time. And it'll get to the stage where even for me it would be quite annoying after a while. But just having them like walk around, I don't know, I actually quite like it. Oh, you actually are going to come down here again. Look, I've made a few changes. Do you like it? I don't care. No, I do care. Yeah, you like... no? Okay then. That's fine. No, it's okay. Your opinion meant nothing to me anyway. And I'm out of concrete. I wonder why. Like, if you look around my factory, I've barely used any concrete. So I think that's BS. I mean, granted, my foundations are concrete, my decorations are concrete, my walls are concrete, my factories are made from concrete, the sky is made from concrete, but other than that, I don't use any concrete. So that's lies. Lies of the highest order. Right, concrete! Ah! I overtimed my jump there a little bit. In case you guys couldn't tell by my reaction, I didn't actually mean to do that. I know, I hit it very well. It was like a very good poker face reaction. But at the same time, I didn't intentionally mean to jump off the edge there almost. Right, so yeah, silica's still a problem. So let's go grab some of that, because we should have at least 300 or 400 now. Which is more than enough for this particular operation. For the tower itself, there will be a lot more glass involved. It took me like 3 minutes to think of that. The sky is concrete. I think, in my opinion, the sky is concrete. Welcome, Natasha. I hope that you're doing well. I haven't got a Discord. The thing is, like, whenever I stream on Twitch, it's just bots. It's really annoying. At least on YouTube, I can hold a conversation with you guys, and it's quite nice. But the reason why I dislike Twitch with such a fiery passion is because the majority of interactions I have on Twitch are literally with bots. And it gets annoying after a while. I'll leave this here. Everything else I can take. Although you I can get rid of. And how many silica is that, by the way? 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. It's about 2,665. Yeah! Gabriel's with the sub! Thank you very much. Welcome to the channel, man. And thank you very much for subscribing. That's extremely kind of you. Thank you. Incredible support there. So I'm going to take all of this stuff with me. I might as well take a bunch more concrete. I know I just took concrete with me like a second ago. But there's nothing wrong with taking a bit more. We'll go with like 1 and a bit rows. Okay, we'll go with 2 then. There we go. Get rid of that, because there's no point carrying just 14 of them. Reinforced iron plates, we might need a bit more of. Rotors, I don't care for rotors as of right now. There we go. I know I could sync all of these things to get extra coupons, but I'm just not massively concerned about that. The ads on Twitch are worse than YouTube in my opinion. They really are. I clicked on someone's stream a couple days ago. I was watching for 3 seconds. And then I got like pretty much back-to-back ads. I think it was like 2 minutes worth of ads. I think the way that it works on Twitch is that you can watch like a block of ads and then you don't watch any more throughout the rest of the stream. But I just clicked on their stream. It was a couple minutes worth of ads, and I don't think I could have skipped them either. So I just clicked off instantly. It's quite annoying actually, but oh well. On YouTube, you actually can skip the ads if you have YouTube Premium, but you're gonna like pay for it. I'm not sure how Twitch Prime works, but I assume with Twitch Prime you also don't have any ads either. I don't even think I'm monetized over on Twitch, so if you guys are finding the ads annoying over on YouTube, you can just watch over on Twitch, because I'm not monetized. At least I didn't apply to be monetized, so if you do get ads, they're not from my end at least. Every 10 minutes there's 5 ads of Kibit stream. Yeah. I'll get rid of them. Alright. So yeah, it sounds like it's some sort of like monetization thing. Also, I had no idea Kibit's even streams. Does he have like a regular schedule? Because that would be a pretty fun stream to watch. Oh, is it 3 o'clock? Oh my days, man. This day is just flying past. I felt like I woke up 5 minutes ago. Now it's 3 PM. Mad. Right, so the majority of things I'm currently carrying I don't actually need on me. Let's chuck the reinforced iron plates into their silica. Have I even got a place for silica? No. Leave it there for now. I do want to try and have at least 800 on me. I was trying to do maths out loud there. Didn't really work out very well. Sure, I'll carry that on me there as well. Damn. Okay, we ran out of room. I don't need this many quartz crystals. Everything else I do kind of need. I don't need that much concrete, I would say. There we go. Although, have I got... Don't need that. Any more fuel? No, I don't. I'm not going to go back just for my fuel, but when I do go back, I do want to try and get some of that. Every Friday there's a stream on Twitch. Oh, okay. Didn't know about that. Right, so yeah, regarding this build, we're pretty much done. And look at that jump, by the way. Did you just see how far we jumped? That's because of the whole jump, slide, mechanic glitch thing. That's the official name for it, by the way. Jump, slide, mechanic glitch thing. Why are you dead snapping? Do you not, like, evenly go here? I think you do. You must do. Like, I don't see why you shan't. There you go. I'll do it on this side here as well. Then one more over here. Nice. Regarding this, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. In fact, I don't like this. I don't... Yep. Should I paint you asphalt, though? Would asphalt look a bit nicer? I feel like I'll paint this part asphalt. Then what I'll do is... this, then everything else just goes back to being what you were. Even like that, actually. There's still a bit of color, but it's not like too much. Right, builder. No, don't go too far, Bean. Please. Where is it? Organization. Lookout tower. Great, a creature's in the way. I wonder why. Can you mind? Yeah. Fun. That's fine. I still wanted to try and place down one over here as well anyway, so I think what we'll do is we'll do you first. Creature, I need you to move. Please. Thank you. No, yep. Yeah, that definitely looks a little bit better. Just painting the floor there a little bit, adding in those lookout towers. It did make a very slight difference, so I am probably going to end up sticking with that. I could, in theory, increase this to around about here, maybe? But for now, I'm fine with the location it's currently in, so that's good. Now let's get back to doing what I was doing a bit earlier on with this building. So I believe the very first thing that I want to try and do is completely cover you. There we go. Lovely. The next thing that I'm going to try and do is go over to our foundations and select the inverted ramp. Not the regular ramp, the inverted one. We'll then continue somewhere into there. And I don't really want you poking out through here, though. Yeah, that's correct. That's good. That's good. Fantastic. I think I actually want it to come through here, though, don't I? How is that going to look with the not the foundation, the hill being in the way? I think it would look fine up until around about, like, there, maybe. I don't know what I'm going to do with it after that. This is really annoying, but I don't want to get rid of it, though, because it's the very final bit of nature that I've got there. Oh, wait, you're not lined up? Oh, yeah, no, of course you're not. No, that's completely fine. Annoying, but fine. What I could then try and do, maybe, is get a wall here. No, I can't do that, though. I can't bring it forward. Although, maybe I can for this part. That. And keep it the way it is over there, because that still looks like it's built on the same sort of level, but of course it's not. And over here, this is where the tower is actually going to begin. I do want to have a bit of a gap around it, so maybe we'll... How would I do this? Good question. I don't really have much of an answer just yet. Unless I just increase you all the way around over there, then move you back by a little bit, potentially. Move you up, maybe. That's what I'll do. I'll move you up. So this still continues around here. But then this will now be placed onto this sort of level instead. Okay. Sure. Is that right? It is right. The ramp is right. But now the ramp's going to move back, though. Because this is the level that I want it to be on. Right, see, yeah, I see the problem now. I see the problem. So I'll actually go and remove this wall again. I know there's a crate there. Don't worry about it. Yep. There we go. Get rid of that. The idea is still the exact same, just like the location of the ramp slightly different. Oh no. Let's go up. Over by 2. Yeah, so this is the right level. That's good, at least. And that's where you're going to be. Now the problem is, the gap between there and here is relatively small. Like a half foundation. Right. That's annoying. But we can still make it work, though. Still a bit annoying. Yep. We can definitely make this work, absolutely. You can make anything work, you just gotta try and put the effort into it. Which is easier said than done, absolutely. No, this will work. When I put the time into it, it could end up looking, like, generally quite nice. I'm gonna lower everything down here by a little bit there as well. Of course, get rid of the stairs on the sides. Just like last time. This wall will then continue all the way around to, I suppose, here maybe? Then it would then jut into the side there. Could add open air status at this location. Yeah. That could be good. Why not? I'll then go straight down. Yeah, that seems... It seems right, yeah. So then I can get rid of this. Do the same thing like what we did last time. Higher though. Perfect. Same on that side there as well. I know it's a bit repetitive, but sometimes repetition's good. Yep, I'll then work on that a bit later on. Like, again, this tower is not part of today's stream. Getting a good understanding of what our vision is a part of today's stream, I suppose. Get rid of that. We'll then continue around here. There we go. The actual shape of this is still the exact same, just the elevation of us starting is slightly different. There we go. Do I need this? That's another thing. I could technically push it back and then just get rid of like these foundations. I've already done all this now. But I could, if I really wanted to. I think I might have to, because that just looks really weird, doesn't it? I could push that back a little bit, get rid of that. But again, we'll do that another day, we'll do it tomorrow. And regarding you, I suppose, again, you can still come up to here. In fact, you actually do have to be pushed back. Back, even. Let's get our glass. Whatever that is, there we go. I'm gonna move you around to over here. I want to have this path remain here. So these two buildings technically won't actually be attached to each other, but they'll be very close. I think that's a good idea. That's all good for Nudge, don't worry about it. So how far back is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. That's a bit better. Has anyone seen the new Karate Kid movie? I quite like the one with Jaden Smith in it. I've probably seen that movie about 10 times though, like when he went to China and, you know. I know there was a Karate Kid before that, but that was a bit before my time. I do actually want to try and watch it though, if I'm honest. Both the one that just came out and the OG one. There we go. So bring you up by... Is it 3 this one? Because technically this is no longer the ground floor. It's the new ground floor. But it's technically not the ground floor. Yeah, I think bring you up by around that much. That's fine. Definitely add in some sort of like staircase here as well. Which is going to go here. There we go. Get rid of you there as well. A nice little half foundation there. Then I suppose this can all go. Yeah. What's my building now? Well. So the plan is, what I'm building here is going to be something very similar looking to what I built over there. But it's not going to serve the same purpose, since I can't actually fit what I want to try and fit into here compared to what I fit over there. So it's still going to look similar visually. However, it's also then going to connect over here, which will be some sort of tower. I don't know how tall the tower is going to be, but I want it to be a bit taller than that, so it's going to be like relatively high up. And that's just going to be for the batteries, the power storage units, essentially. And then what I then want to try and do in this area here in the middle is like a little garden sort of area. So all of this I want to stay. And you'll be able to see it. It looks quite nice. Even like from this angle, it looks quite decent. So that's going to be the plan with that particular area there. So, in fact, I think what I might even try and do is something a bit different. Actually, I don't know. I want that to be the same height as this. I then want this to be a bit shorter than that. And then I want this to be a bit taller. So it's like a medium height, small height, big height. Because if I have... Again, I was talking about this yesterday. If I have a tall building next to a tall building, the taller building doesn't look that much taller. If I've got a small building next to a tall building, the tall building looks a lot bigger because it's compared to the smaller building. But I think I literally only want to go up to like around about this sort of height with you. Yeah, as of right now, we're building stairs, aren't we? I sounded so depressed saying that. Oh, we're building stairs. Oh, well. There's a lot we're going to try and get done. A lot. I think you're pretty much in the middle. Oh, no, not quite. That's quite annoying, actually. There we go. So I think you're in the middle. Actually, not really. You're... Why is everything here slightly off? It's really annoying. Regardless, I'm still going to go off of this, though. We've already started now. Welcome, Babooch K. Long time not coming alive. What project here? So we are expanding our coal power plants in a unique manner. We finished our coal power plant a while ago, about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, I think. So now what we're doing over here is building a little power storage unit for our power storage things. We've got a bunch of like little details, like we've got some pipes going underneath there. We might have a future factory along there, not quite sure just yet. We're then going to have a power storage tower over there, and like a little garden space over here where you get to see a bit of nature incorporated into the build. Regarding everything else, I don't know what else I'm going to do here. Maybe have like a MAM, potentially. We've also built this little lookout tower thing today here as well. So we've still got quite a lot to try and do in this particular area, but I feel like the process we are making, or progress even, is it's not too bad. It's, you know, it's slow. We are going at a turtle's pace. But at the same time, I also want to try and go that slow. See, now you're not straight with this either. If I was to line up with that, then you'll sort of collide into this. If I was to line it up there with the window, what would that look like? It would be here, wouldn't it? So let's try that. You are now aligned. If there is a copper and iron node near, he could build a water bottling plant. I could do. Well, I could have done. I've already thought of another use for it, but yes, I could have. So bring you to there. And you've literally got to come out there by a tiny little bit. It's almost not even worth that by how small it is. There we go. We can now get rid of this. How are you not straight? No, stop. Get rid of that. You've now got to come up by a little bit more, that's fine. If anything, that actually makes sense. There we go. Foundations. Have you get yeeted over there. And down there as well. That was overly complicated, but we've managed to do it pretty much. Let me just zone this in. If it wants to get zoned in, that would be quite nice. Yep, that's good. Although now you're too low. How has this happened? Oh, right. I see the problem. Although it shouldn't actually be much of a problem. I can still climb up. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can. What? So you go up to here. I'm gonna place you down like that. Okay. I mean, it works. It's being a bit weird, but it does work. No. I wonder how everything got so off-centered. Like, I genuinely don't know. But it looks centered now. Like, the thing is, it looks fine. I think it was a good idea lining that up with the glass, if I'm honest. Overall, that does turn out to be a decent idea. Right, next up then, what should we try and work on? I guess like the little details. In fact, the roof, actually. What does the roof look like? I think it's 3 glass. Yep, okay. It is. So you go to somewhere up here. That's fine. You then cut across completely over there. Leaving a small gap. In fact, not leaving a small gap, completely getting rid of the gap. Because I forgot this is actually going to be a different level now, isn't it? There we go. Nice. I do like pure recipes, yes, I really do. I think they're pretty decent. Now this looks weird. Oh dear. I think I'm gonna have to take like a mental break here in a minute. In fact, I think that's what we'll do. We'll try and get this part of the roof here done. Then we'll take like a mental GeoGuessr break, because we haven't done GeoGuessr in a while. Even I haven't done it like off camera, it's been so long. Then off camera, I suppose I'll just try and like match everything and make it look nice and neat. Why not? There we go. So that's all fine now, although you shouldn't be going through here. So how are you doing that? Huh? How are you going through there? So you've got to be a bit further back, actually. Okay. So are you in the same level now? Yeah, okay, now you're fine, yeah. That was a good thing to notice when we did. Lovely. Bring you back here by one. Same here with you, I think, as well. Love that. So there should be no problems now, at least. You've potentially, well, you've definitely going to go up by at least one. You can be visible there by 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yep. Although, you've now got to go through there. And that's then got to go. Okay, good. Welcome, Yason. Hope that you're doing well. Like, my mind feels like it's been torn through a shredder. Like, it's... There's nothing left. No. How do you stick out there, but then on the other side it doesn't? The next factory. I literally have no idea. I really don't. There's many things I need to automate. Many things. I really don't know. I suppose, what's next in our space elevator? The adaptive control units. Yeah. I had no idea that you still streamed. Yeah, man. Well, I say daily streams. It really hasn't been daily streams recently. But I try and do a couple streams per week. It just so happens that the last, like, month and a half, I've like rarely been home, so I can't do too much streams as of late, but I try and do as much as I can. Yeah, man, still going with the streams. I bet you're doing good though. I'm a lot less depressed playing this, which is nice. I really, generally do like this game. Okay, get rid of you. Not Hermione, you. Sorry. That's... Wait, how... What? Now what have I done? Have I just built everything here wrong? No. So how come this is now sticking out? Because you shouldn't be. I know why, I think. This might be a 2000 IQ move. which is very rare because normally my IQ is about 3. If I was to do that, you should no longer stick out. Yep. There we go. Apart from Maxi Extreme, yeah, I was on Maxi Extreme a bit earlier on, but then they were talking about, like, what was it? Trump, and Cast was getting into, like, a debate about Trump, and then someone in the chat was like, no. And then I think Cast said something about, like, Allah Akbar, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. Then I started my stream, like, 10 minutes later. No. Like, you know when you can just, like, sense a pointless debate is about to emerge? No. Okay, so that's that done. That's fantastic. The roof, I don't think we did any, like, detailing on the roof necessarily. Other than, I suppose here, there is quite a lot of detailing that I need to do off camera. I will not bore you with this on camera. Essentially, it's doing this around the entire factory. Exterior-wise, are we now done? Because again, this wall's going to be going up here, so... That's that. Yeah, they can be a bit weird sometimes, yeah. I don't think I added any stairs here. Good, because, I mean, I've had enough of stairs today. There we go. Got you into that. Days Gone Remastered. Yeah, I think I was playing Days Gone about a month ago, but I kept on having, like, a problem with my game not saving. So I ended up just, like, quitting. Then another game came out right after that that I really got addicted to. I forgot what it was, though. But yeah, when I actually played it, it was really good fun. But yeah, just my game wasn't saving properly. I knew I was probably doing something wrong, but I kept on checking, like, what it was, and I still couldn't really get, like, a conclusion as to what I was doing wrong. So yeah, I rage quit. Okay, yeah, the interior of this factory is gonna be difficult to do. I can literally already tell you now, this interior won't be fun to make. Cancel. No, it will be fun to make if I make it fun. For example, I do something like this. Yeah, that's the wall already done. Great. Now, regarding this part of the build, I suppose what I want to try and do is this. Are you not straight either? Bro. Let's try and get you roughly lined up. I'll have you continue around here. Nothing there. I can't really do much about that. So I'll have you stick out round here. On the chat with, yeah, it's pretty chill around here. Some days we have, like, up to 20 people watching, which is cool. Oh, that was really dumb. Sorry, Bean. The other day, we had, like, 63 people here. It was mental. It was awesome. It depends on the day, though, because, like, sometimes we could have 5 people watching and the chat's, like, really active. Then sometimes it's a bit higher, but it's not as active. Like, today the chat's been really active, which is fantastic. I did a stream a couple days ago. It was like a Twitch-only stream. And I think there was 1 person there in total. So there wasn't really too much action, let's just say. But yeah, no, today's stream's been, like, popping off. It's been really fun, actually. Do I need to have this wall there? I believe that's for the... Yeah, I do. Yeah. 53 people here. Damn. On a Monday as well, the support's incredible. It really is. Like, it really, really is. So I need a motor. Right. I think Have I got any motors? That's one thing I've definitely got to try and make, actually. Motors. You sound it too? Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's such a big difference from before. It really is. Oh, look at all the beans. I can't build anything when they're here. But regardless, what the plan's going to be, at least, is... this area is going to be very open. There's not going to be much things actually built here, necessarily. But then over here, it won't be quite like that. Let's see. Try and get a foundation up here as well if I can. There we go. I'll try and get you, then nudge you around this direction. There we go. Why is there... oh, yeah. I keep saying, why is there a gap? I know why there's a gap. Because when I first designed that building over there, I had absolutely no intention of building a parallel building here. And then I had absolutely no intention until today of connecting this parallel building to our tower. So because of that, I didn't necessarily build everything like lined up with each other. Which is the reason as to why everything looks a bit funky now, let's just say. But that can be very simply solved with the power of bean. Again. With the power of a concrete block. We can do one there. And one here. Jut you a little bit further out there. Perfect. Yeah, that's all good. I think I've got to reduce the height on all of them here, though. By one. How about the one in the back? There we go. We can just about reach that. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Nice. Do I want there to be a massive gap down here? Not really. I want there to be a visible gap, so you can see a bit of the nature. I don't think I want it to be this deep. In fact, what if we do this? Just guessing here. Like, just... you know, having a bit of fun. Any upcoming games you're excited for? Yes, the new Anno game, I think, sounds very exciting. Always look forward to a good Anno game. Yeah, Ghost of... yeah, sorry, I've never played Ghost of Tsushima. I've never heard a bad thing about it. If I'm honest, I've never heard a bad thing about that game. I suppose I'm looking forward to see gameplay footage of it. But actually playing it, I'm not quite sure. Let me try and do something here. I'm going to try and push everything forward here by just a little bit. There we go. And then get rid of everything down over here. I know I literally just placed this wall in, but oh well. For the greater good. So this can then go somewhere down over here. Like so, and then you can continue. There used to be plenty of room there for that little personal elevator. I'm not massively concerned about that. Height-wise, you're now completely fine. I then want you to come out to around about there. Can I get rid of this wall? Not really. No. That's annoying, but oh well. In that case, then I'll bring you to here. There we go. And do a bit of that. It was incredible. Oh wow. Yeah, again, I've only really heard good things about it. It's one of those games that I do want to play. I just... I don't know if I'll ever get round to it. I really don't. Okay, so now regarding you, what do I want to try and do around here? If I add a wall right there, I almost actually quite like that. It's like you go straight into here, then you have to go around the corner to see the beauty. I like this, actually. Yes, I like this. That looks fun. What I then might want to try and do is go down to here. So that actually, in theory, I need the corner one for this, don't I? So that to go there. You to go there. And then you... Where is it? Go here. Nice. I built the wrong one. I was looking at this thinking, it looks a bit different. That's because I built the wrong thing. Doesn't often help. Where is it? That's the one that I wanted. It's slightly different. One side is just missing the railing, essentially. That's the main... Oh dear, that's the main difference. I think I might have to watch some footage of Ghost of... Is it Tsushima or like Tsushima? Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima. No, Tsushima. I don't know why I'm trying to do a Japanese accent there. But yeah. Probably because their accent's like really cool. But well. Japan's had an interesting history. Although if you were to ask the Chinese, I don't think they'd call it interesting. But they'd probably call it more like a brutal regime. But oh well. That's life. It sucks. They're a bit more peaceful now, though, the Japanese, aren't they? A bit more like, you know, anime kind of thing. I wouldn't mind going to Japan, if I'm honest. Again, it's one of those countries you don't really hear, like, many bad things about. It's one of the main differences, well, one of the many differences between Japan and Britain, for example, is that when people go to Japan, they instantly, unless they're, like, stupid, I won't mention any names, Logan Paul, they instantly respect their culture. They respect their traditions. They respect their way of life. And you'll notice that, from the ones I've seen at least, they actually... How do I phrase this? They're very appreciative of the Japanese culture. Especially what it is now, like the Zen kind of it. Whereas when a lot of people come here to Britain at least, it's like they just don't care about our culture or our tradition. It's really weird. I feel like that should be something from around the world. Like, whenever you travel to any part of the country, whether voluntarily or not, you should respect the place that you're in. Like, if you were to go to Saudi Arabia, you wouldn't start disrespecting them. But suddenly when it's Japan, it's like, oh no, instant respect. Like, no, everywhere should have the same level of respect that you show to the Japanese culture. So what do we need from here? I was missing something that was really important. Fuel. Oh, I haven't got any fuel though, have I? Damn. Yeah, I can go back and get that a bit later. That's fine. It's pronounced Tsunami? Really? Ghost of Tsunami? No way. So how do these two buildings look from this sort of direction? Yeah. I mean, they don't even look identical, because I suppose they're not. But they serve the purpose I wanted them to serve, so that's good, I suppose. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Back to the US. There's another guy as well. What was his name? He's like a member of the Cyprian Parliament. He used to make videos where he used to like try and travel across Japan for free. And now he's literally a member of the European Parliament. Some people like him, some people don't. I don't know. I don't know much about him to comment. I find it interesting. It's a very big turn of life, but you know, that's what it is. Right, so now regarding you, what I've got to try and do is this. I believe that anyone can change for the better. Granted, it's good if you don't, like, do anything terrible to begin with, but people can change. At the same time, though, it's like, depending on what they've done, sometimes it's difficult to accept their change. Like, if someone, for example, slipped on a banana, it is what it is. That's not like a big drama. But then, again, going back to the whole Logan Paul thing, I felt like he got forgiven a bit too early, or a bit too soon, a bit too quickly. And then he made mistake after mistake after mistake, and yet people are continuously forgiving him. I don't really understand why. Like, if you don't like Prime, that's fair enough. If you don't like him in the WWE, that's fair enough. But, like, he's just made so many consistent errors that it's just, you know, it's annoying after a while. It's like when someone says, "Oh, I've changed." No, you haven't. Ow. But I do believe that anyone can change if they have the mental capacity and the mental willingness to change for the better. Sometimes for the worse. I mean, some people get worse over time. No, I do honestly believe that everyone can change for the better. If they are openly willing to. So I think what I'm going to try and do is essentially do this. Let's try and create some sort of, like, interesting structure along here. Australia. I think that's what the British used to do, right? Deport all of our prisoners to Australia. And now look what they've done. I mean, they've turned it into a beautiful country with beautiful people. With Vegemites. Which is just a copy of Marmite, but we won't get into it. I wonder what came first. Actually, that's a good question. What came first, Marmite or Vegemites? I spelled every single word in that sentence wrong. What came first, Marmites or Vegemites? Marmite came first. It was introduced to the UK market in 1902, whilst Vegemite was created in Australia in 1923 as a response to a shortage of Marmite. Oh, wow. I didn't actually know that. That's pretty cool. Why are we talking about... Sorry. I realize people tune in for the Satisfactory content, not for a debate on Marmites versus Vegemites. Oh yeah, Jason's Australian. Okay, so maybe not everything about Australia is better, but... Wow. Sorry. Wow. No bullying in the chat. No bullying in the chat. To be fair, like, a surprising amount of my audience is from Australia. It's really cool. Oh, I can't chop down the tree because I haven't got any more solid biomass, so I've used it on my jetpack. Cool. So I'm really liking this area. This is exactly what I wanted to try and do with the nature, by the way. This is what I was imagining in my brain cells, with only 2 of my brain cells left. Although I actually think we've gained an extra brain cell today, which is pretty cool. Wow. I'm sorry. My mouth slipped. I didn't mean it. I think what I'm going to try and do is have one more of these lot over here. Although I don't want it to go through the floor, though. Yeah, I think I'll place you down here. Yep. In fact, wait. What if I just get rid of that? And have a wall. Actually, can I have a wall coming out from there? No, because that's going to be in the way of this then. Yeah, 2 brain cells, no more than 1. That is true. 2 is a higher number than 1. I learned that in school. When I wasn't falling asleep in the back of the classroom. Which I wouldn't say happened very much, to be fair. Unless it was like, I don't know, like languages. I hated languages in school. Hated it. I can barely speak English, let alone any other language, if I'm honest. Oh well. Yeah, I think I want this wall to come down here. Same thing here as well. Yep. Trying to multiply. Yeah, that's what they're trying to. That's how brain cells work. The circle of life. The circle of brain cells. Right, so I think that's good enough for this area. Of course, we do have to try and add a roof. Apparently, according to studies online, adding a roof to a building means that it doesn't get as wet when it rains. I don't know if those studies are true. I think it's fake news personally, but you know what? We'll go with it for now. So we'll do one there. The question is now, if I was to do that, are you going to overlap this bit? Technically no, but also technically yes. What? Oh, we're in a thunderstorm. I had no idea. Bro, I'm in the zone. I did not even realize we're currently in the middle of a bloody thunderstorm. Oh wow, yeah, the outside's absolutely just soaked through. Oh well. So I did say I wanted to make this area a bit lower, so I think what I might even try and do here is, honestly, hear me out for this one, hear me out. I'm going to get rid of everything on top of here. Apparently you survived, okay. You survived my Thanos snap. So I'm going to make you a little bit lower. Yeah, I like that. I do. This roof will then end somewhere up there. Actually, is it going to go through here? I don't know if it actually is. It is. Okay, yeah. Okay. Alright. We've been live now for over 3 hours. Damn. Absolutely just flying past. How's that? Yeah, that's good. That's good. There's rumors going around that Rockstar are working on PS5 and Xbox X versions of Red Dead 2. Apparently announced soonish. Again, that's a game I've never really, like, played or been interested in. But I'm sure if I was to start playing it, I would be very interested in it. In it, bruv. Sorry. But yeah, I think that could be pretty cool, though. I also want to try and get rid of this wall then, don't I? Because if the tower's going to be there... In fact, I won't get rid of it as of right now. That's a good template of where the tower's going to be, though, so... I'll keep it there for now. Nice. I really enjoy watching you compose the whole aesthetic. You just get frustrated quickly when I don't get it right the first time. Oh yeah, I mean, I can get the same as well. I used to be very similar to that. But it's got to the stage now where I just keep doing it again and again until I feel like it's just spot on. And if it's not spot on, I'll just keep doing it. I suppose it's both a good and a bad mindset to have. It's good because, well, it's can be efficient, it can be nice. But it's also quite bad as well because like, I'm not a perfectionist. But at the same time, if it's not up to a certain standard, then I'd feel a bit disappointed with myself after doing it. I won't get depressed, but I'll just like... I'll think to myself, could I have done that better? If so, how? Why is that high? There we go. So I think what I want to try and do... Like, I sort of want to continue this roof, though. I don't see why I can't. It just might look a bit weird, that's all. In fact, what if I just try to get rid of all of this. Wait, there's a gap there. Why is it so silent? Planet Coaster 2 would definitely be my thing. Absolutely. Right. That's but without the roof. I think with the roof it looks great as well from the inside, but from the outside it looks a little bit weird. So I feel like that will be fine. Yeah, Planet Coaster 2 looks really good. There we go. So you quite literally have like an indoor-outdoor kind of building. I mean, this building is almost useless. All I've essentially done is made a shell. Because the inside is the outside, and the outside is technically the inside, if anything. Pretty weird. Yeah, you then just go up to here for now. Preferably if I was facing the right way, that would help. Hello? Thank you. Ah. Ya Allah. There we go. And this is where we're going to build the tower thing tomorrow. Or the day after, I don't know. Oh! That was almost scary. That was... No, I didn't like that. No. I didn't consent to seeing that today. Right. There we go. So, just plop this down now, essentially. And one more here at the very top. I can. There we go. So I think that's this particular building done. And the entire purpose of this building here is essentially to replicate what I did over there. And also just be able to have like some sort of natural viewpoint of inside this area. But I feel like it looks decent. It looks alright. I don't mind it. Oh, autosave. Oh, hi, another one. Lovely. Then zoop you across here. A little gap over there, we'll try and change that. I don't think I can really continue this build until I finish this. Unfortunately. But what I do want to try and do here, actually, is this. Add you there. There we go. Have you just come down all the way around here. Like that. Yep. And again, like I just said a second ago there, I don't really want to do too much because it all depends on this building. I then have to connect this building to this building, which again might end up changing things a little bit, and I don't necessarily want to change everything. So I'm fine with keeping that the way it is. The one change that I might make tomorrow or the day after whenever I got an opportunity is to actually add a wall from the back of there across here to make it look like I've encaged these trees into this area. But saying that, as of right now, I kind of like the look of the natural rock. Like the way that the building is going into the rock, so I feel like that's fine. Brain cells are formed through a process called neurogenesis. This process involves neurostem cells differentiating into various specialized cell types, including neurons and glial cells. Oh, okay. I think I've learned about that in school, but again, the majority of things that I've learned in school I've already forgotten because I didn't find it interesting. Oh well. So the final look at what we've done today then, essentially. So we finished this area. This building's fine. It's not the best thing I've ever built, but it does what I need it to do. What is that on top of the cliff? What do you mean this? That's where I'm getting some of my cord from. Nothing else really, I don't think. As far as what I'm aware, at least. So the tower's going to go there. Still don't know how tall it's going to be. We'll have to design something in the blueprint designer tomorrow. which should end up looking quite nice. And I'm hoping these beans don't get in the way too much, but we have to wait and see, I suppose. This is going to go. The reason why this is there is just to get a rough understanding of how far I wanted to build out. What resources are up here? Coal. Lots of coal. Essentially all over this place. There's bauxite as well, somewhere over there and in front of us, I think. But the main thing that I was interested in was just the coal, pretty much. They could use chairs in Satisfactory that way you don't have to sit on a toilet when you're AFK. You think that would be an interesting update? Like chairs, tables, fences. Would you guys like to see that? More of like a wood type. This might be going a bit too far, but would you like to see wood being used as a resource in this game? Not just for like biomass, but like to actually make things out of wood? Or do you think that's a bit too far? I don't know, personally. I can understand why they wouldn't do that, but there's also quite a few things that could make it quite nice as well, so you never know. Yeah, I've got a feeling this middle bit's going to change quite a bit tomorrow. Could just add glass around there, not quite sure. This, of course, are going to change when I get the resources for the person and elevator, but that's things that we're going to try and do tomorrow. Regardless, that's going to conclude today's stream. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in the end. There was a mod that gave you a factory items. Oh, wow. That could be pretty cool. I'll have to check it out one day. But yeah, thank you very much to everyone that tuned in today. I'm live again tomorrow, so make sure you have got notifications turned on. You can be subscribed if you so wish. It's entirely up to you, but it just lets you guys know when I'm live. Regardless, thank you for the 13 likes and the 400 people that have tuned into today's stream. Thank you guys very, very much. And thank you for everyone chatting as well. It was a privilege being able to talk to everyone on today's live stream as well, so that's very kind of you guys. Regardless, have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope to see you all back again tomorrow. If not, I hope to see you guys next Monday, because I'm taking a 1-week vacation. I have to, because my sister's getting married. Regardless, thank you for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. And remember, Godspeed and goodbye.